This session is enhanced with Syrinscape. Epic games need epic sound, and now, your Unreal DM.
All right, this is session one for Rime and the Frostmaiden. Our story starts in the frozen north, past the spine of the world, where they have seen misery and unending winter for the last 18 months. As time has progressed, people have become less charitable in their endeavors, let's say. So the need for actual honest heroes has arisen, which is where we have you lot. You find yourselves in the largest city in the north, Bryn Shander, which is right here. Bryn Shander is huge. There's about 1,000 people in it. And where you find yourselves is nestled in that council hall, talking to Speaker Duvessa Shane, a younger female human, and Sheriff Markham Southwell, an older, more distinguished gentleman. You've been gathered here amongst mugs of mulled mead and cider and letters pleading for help. I feel we'll do character introductions. So we'll just go off of what I got in the thing. Adam, if you would like to introduce your character, who is at this table?
He is a astral elf. Um, he's not from around here. Uh, he is. His name is Caleb, and doesn't have a whole lot with him. Uh, Mostly his staff and his weather. It's called weather clothing and armor. I'm not sure what else. I'm not very good at describing people. I'm sorry.
You're doing a great job, man. You're painting that picture. I'm seeing kind of like a fish out of water. What brought you to the north?
He's been a watcher of stars for as long as he can remember, and it wasn't too long ago he witnessed a star falling, and he's kind of here to investigate.
That would have been about 5 days ago during one of the last bad blizzards. Next, Damien, will you introduce your character?
I am, Rime, a sort of foreign human. Priest, decked out in not so fine robes. Pretty humble attire. The only thing pristine about them is the weapon in the sheath. A mace, undented and unused. Carries about him a welcoming and peaceful demeanor. Dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes, but warm.
And next to him, I would believe would be Jay's character if you want to introduce yourself.
The name's Vernin Scholes. Scholes with two Z's. You need something repaired? You need something tinkered with? You need something fixed? Ask me. I'm your guy. Always remember, Scholes, two Z's. That's right.
Nice.
All right. And Ford, will you introduce us to whom you're playing?
Yes, I am Chauncey. I am a human warlock who has dabbled in the arts of Jinn. And as you stare at me, I'm cloaked in dark robe with some leather underneath, you can tell, but with my hood over my head, and all you can see is a faint glimpse of what appears to be a skull. You can't tell exactly what's going on. There's mystique and mysteriousness around me. You notice I have in my clutches a book, and I also carry a little sphere lantern. And I just kind of gaze at everyone and staring intently at your faces. And the reason I am here is I've traveled many, many lands and seen a lot of different faces and trying to understand what's underneath the mask of everyone, while also trying to remember what's underneath mine.
All right. So, Speaker Duvessa Shane pulls open the map, and you all kind of huddle around. The reason this location is called 10 Towns is because there are 10 smaller towns that make up one large system. There used to be a lot more amenable circumstances, but since the winter's gone on for 18 months, some of these places are kind of at odds with each other. Resources are grown scarce. Each town deals with the cold and the loneliness and the isolation in their own specific way. As she plops down the mug and starts thumbing through, you see her go to Bremen, which is right up here. People of Bremen say that there's a lake monster living in Mare Dualden. It's been attacking and sinking fishing boats, which isn't good because that's the source of knucklehead trout. There's a half-elf researcher who's collected accounts from witnesses from these attacks and concluded that it's some kind of unusual beast. I need you to talk with Bracenick Barrelbore, who's a speaker in Bremen. And she goes, "This is where we're at." She points to Bryn Shander. Some of the shield dwarves from the Foaming Mugs clan were transporting a load of iron ingots when they were set upon by a Yeti. A couple of them escaped with their lives, but it's out there. If you need to, you could probably go talk to Corix at the Black Iron Blades to get a little bit more information. She moves all the way over to this northern point right here. Caer Koenig seems that thieves have taken several valuables and have yet to be found. They found footprints leading to the south out in the wilderness. If you want more information about it, speak with Torvos. Goes all the way down to one of the most southern. Dougan's Hole. Speaker Dermot is in urgent need of brave adventurers to find a missing teenagers, Sonia and Finn. It seems that they were last seen being led into a frost giant's lodge. He wishes for their safe return. To the east, a further settlement. 4 fishers went missing on the lake about a 10-day ago. The coastline is hard to sail because of the icy flows, but savvy anglers prefer it, and there are few competing fishermen on that side of the town there. We need somebody to scout the coastline and search for him. Talk to Captain Elgrath for details. And then he goes up, points out Lonely Wood. There's a rather large white moose that's been attacking loggers near the forest of Lonely Wood. Speaker Nimsy Huddle wants this taken care of. Lonely Wood is one of the only locations where we can get reliable firewood. And then the next town right over to the west, Targos. A few days ago, Garrett was hired by some adventurers to lead them up the slopes of Kelvin's Cairn, which is that large mountain off in the distance, just north of the Dwarven Shield Valley. His plan was to take the adventurers to Cair Koenig at the town at the foot of Kelvin's Cairn. After they acquired some climbing gear from an outfitter there, they were to lead them up the mountain. He took 6 dogs and a sled with him. His favorite dog named Boy returned. And his husband says that Boy would never leave Garrett's side unless something truly horrible happened. So I need you to talk to Keegan Viril in Targos. And then south of Lonelywood here, Tourmaline. Well, there's a gemstone mine that closed because some monsters have invaded it. Speaker Matthew is offering 50 gold to anyone that can clear it out. These are the pleas of the people from 10 towns. What do you think? And with that, she falls silent.
There are few treasures in the world, and even fewer more precious than the young. I say we head to rescue the teens from the grips of this giant.
Excuse me, ma'am. I can't help but think you have quite the story behind your eyes. I'm very intrigued. You have kind eyes. And as I look at the rest of the table, you all intrigue me as well. Do you mind if I tag along? I prefer to deal with humans, but I'm willing to see what else is out there.
I thank you for the compliment and for answering the plea of the citizens of 10 towns.
I will render my services where needed.
Well, do you have any questions? There's a lot of people that need help.
I've heard of this new ore that happens to be in the area. Is this true? And if so, where might I be able to find this new ore? Or
Members
metal?
of the Arcane Brotherhood have been to some excavation sites. There's a few here and there. It seems that the majority of the people who were there, let's see, the majority of the people there that have found it were at Cair Koenig, and that's the one that's right at the base of Kelvin's Cairn. Seems like that's part of what the thieves have been stealing. If you make a name for yourself, you might be able to get an introduction with the Arcane Brotherhood. They might have more information.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I believe you said something was near Lonelywood?
Yes. Lonelywood was the white moose attacking the loggers.
That sounds very interesting. And a tasty dilemma.
Oh, the moose. I was like,
What does Caleb think about this?
oh, he's of two minds. He agrees with Rime that the young, they might need help faster, but the strange metal that the artificer is asking about has a otherworldly kind of ring to it. So, but I think first off, probably trying to save the young.
Yeah, the Arcane Brotherhood has in fact got a couple expeditions up around in here because the old lore about this place is that an ancient Netherese city like fell from the sky, and then throughout time it's been swallowed up by the ice and the snow. So they're starting to find remnants and chunks as they're going and exploring. But the Arcane Brotherhood doesn't really necessarily like to deal with outsiders, seeing as this is kind of like a competing resources type of thing. But if you prove yourself valuable, and she pulls out a letter of introduction for each of you. This letter of introduction is basically saying like, hey, this is the hero that we hired to take care of this stuff. This is like your street cred, if you will. So each of you get that.
Interesting.
And what did you call it?
A letter of introduction.
You just see, I'm gonna meticulously fold it and put it in my book.
I would take care out of there. Seems that there's been 3 murders committed in the past month. A halfling trapper in East Haven, a human shipbuilder in Targos, and just 3 days ago, a dwarf glass blower here in Bryn Shander. The only thing that ties each of those bodies to each other is each victim was found with a dagger of ice through their heart. So it seems we've got a killer in 10 pounds as well.
In which town? Is it this town?
So the halfling trapper was in East Haven, which is the eastmost town just south of Lake Dinishire. And then there was a shipbuilder in Targos, which is 2 hours, basically a 2-hour walk on the trail to the west of you. And then just 3 days ago, there was a dwarf who was a glass blower in the town that you're at right now. But the town that you're in right now has like a population of like 1,200 people in it. It is by far the largest.
A bustling city.
If such a thing could be had on this frigid frontier, absolutely. And the new moon is on the 5th. And the new moon is when people make their sacrifices. Certain towns here, Bryn Shander actually sacrifices people. Usually criminals get left out in the cold. Other places will go without warmth. Other places will catch as many fish, knucklehead trout as possible and hang them out. It is said that if there's a blizzard on the new moon, that the great white worm will make their way into the valley looking for food. There's a large white dragon that is very far out to the east in the Ragahead Glacier.
So, shall we get our hands be dirty and explore Dougan's hole?
I'll be waiting outside.
Sounds like a plan.
Dugan's Hole is where you guys are thinking about going?
Yeah,
Sure.
That's some teenagers, right?
Let me double check that. Yes, it's the two teenagers, Sonia and Finn, that were seen in the Frost Giants Lodge. From Bryn Shander to Goodmead is going to be a 6-hour walk on the trail. You can cut that time in half if you're using mounts such as axe beaks or dog sleds. It is almost impossible to utilize sleds going anywhere other than on the trails. It's just deep, powdery snow. Everybody's got on their thing cold weather clothing.
Hmm. I might stop and have to get some. I mean, I have my normal clothes.
You
just
get furnished with cold weather clothing, which basically makes it to where every hour you don't have to make a Constitution saving throw for exposure.
Cool.
Oh, also, you'll notice that I'm always talking to myself, like muttering stuff and jotting things down. Just so you notice, because I know that Chauncey said that he's going to be paying particular mind to his companions. So you'll notice that a lot.
Interesting.
I did not tell you what kind of, I'm a dragonborn as well.
Ah.
So, silver dragonborn, 7 foot tall, hunched over a lot, always tinkering with something, always doing something. Talking to his dog as well. His Fizz is what his name is.
The dog,
The dog's name is His Fizz.
his fizz.
His
With
Fizz.
two Z's?
Yep, with two Z's. That's right.
All right.
His Fizz Shoals, both with
So
two
he,
Z's.
so he'll be your companion?
Kind of seems like it.
All right, cool. Cool.
So, seeing as how this is the largest of the settlements that you're at, and it's going to be 6 hours on foot using the trail to get to Goodmead, and then another 4 hours on foot to get to Dougan's Hole. That's a total of 10 hours travel time. It's 6 o'clock in the morning right now. And the weird thing about this is the hours that could count as passable light are 10 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Other than that, it's dim almost all the time.
So I do have a dog sled. I could carry. We could carry a couple people if need be.
How much would it cost to possibly rent an axe peak? I don't think I have enough to buy one. If there's any that doesn't that.
One moment. Let me jump into. They actually have buying all that good stuff. To buy an axe beak, it's going to be 50 gold pieces, and they can carry 420 pounds.
All right. I will jot that down. But I have 50 gold.
And one dog can pull 360 pounds, and the sled itself weighs 300. It's
So then
enough
I
to
have
fit.
2 dogs?
Yeah, you have 2 dogs.
Okay.
You have
Oh, it's a boy and a girl. It's his fizz and hers fizz.
you got enough to put, like, we'll say you and then like one other medium creature.
I think we're all medium.
Okay.
I'll take you, Chauncey.
Very good. Very good.
Traveling by mount does cut the time in half. To buy a dog sled, it costs 20 gold pieces.
And dog sled's quicker, right?
It cuts your travel time in half when you're traveling on the trails.
All right. I'll spend the 20 on that.
All right. And the dogs are 50 apiece. They're trained sled dogs. Unless you want to, and this is just me talking, trying to save you money in the early game. If you wanted to break apart Schulz's sled dog team, or possibly hitch it to the back of yours towards kind of like a wagon trail.
We could get crafty like that.
There's a lot going on with this game. So, like, splitting hairs about how you make it places, not necessarily the highest priority.
All right. So what would you say the gold would take to make that happen?
Well, if you bought the sled and then hooked it up to the back of Shoals, it'd be 20 gold pieces for the sled.
Yep.
And then it weighs 300 pounds, so that would factor into the amount that they could carry. So that would affect be a rider on the back and then another rider.
Okay.
Of 2, 4, which I believe is everybody. So by buying another sled, that solves that issue.
All right. It's done.
Gotcha.
Okay, I have a question.
Go
I
for
should
it.
probably know this, but how long does wild shape last for?
I think it says it in the ability. I'd be lying if I could tell you straight off the top of my head without looking it up.
Oh, equal to half your druid level. So, okay, only for an hour. Okay.
Yes, and also trying to take flight during blizzards and stuff like that is extremely difficult.
Oh, I can't fly. I was just gonna try to transform myself into something that was faster.
Gotcha. So with moving by dog sled, you could have them move at that double pace, but after every hour, they're gonna need like a short rest. in order to not get levels of exhaustion. And we're using the 2024 exhaustion where it's like -2 per level of exhaustion for all their D20 checks, and then also influences their speed.
Nope. Ignore that.
But you should easily be able to make it to good mead in the required time, which is 6 hours. So if you're going flat out, it would take you 3 hours to get to good mead. Or if you're not, 6 hours, then you continue on to the other 4 to get to Dougan's Hole. How do you guys want to do this?
Well, we're not going to exhaust them. We're just going to go at a normal pace.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Since it is
How long have those teenagers been lost?
not too long, probably about a day or two.
Oh, that lady. They the kids might be the kids might need warm weather or cold weather gear as well. Maybe I don't know. It might be nice to have a couple extra sets.
I think it costs like 10 gold pieces a piece.
Yep.
Yeah. Each set's going to cost you 10 gold.
I don't have that much. Blankets. You just get blankets.
They are expecting, if the predictions are correct, a storm blowing in from the east in the evening.
I think we should just get there.
All right, you are going through. I just need one person to give me a 1d20 survival roll. So it's going to be wisdom survival, who's ever the navigator.
I'll go for it.
All right.
Hey, is it possible to cast guidance on him still?
Yeah, the roll hasn't been made yet.
Yeah, I get that guidance for my star map thing, so I'm gonna kind of consult my star map and try to give him a little guidance.
Gotcha. So that's another 1d4 on top of it.
Hmm.
22. Nice. 24.
1, 2, 4.
It is easy for you to stay on track, even with the various little bumps and bobs. Going at the pace that you're going does not impede your progress at all. You manage to bypass any potential hazards that go your way. And in 6 hours, you make it to the town of Goodmead. Goodmead is a smaller city, population of probably about 100 people. Their sigil is a white shield with a mug with an antler on it. It lies on the Red Waters Lake. Are you stopping here for anything, or are you continuing on? You're muted, Jay.
So sorry. Brooke just called me. I didn't catch the last thing you said.
Oh, you made it to Goodmead. It is a smaller town. It's not walled anything. There's probably about a population of about 100 people. You can continue south to Dougan's Hole. It'll be about 4 hours. Did you want to stop? Did you want to continue? What is the group wanting to do?
What time of day is it now?
Yeah, I was gonna say because you said in the evening is when it's gonna be storming, right?
Yeah. So it is about noon right now. You are in the middle of your light. It's gonna start getting dark at around 3 o'clock. Yeah, you'll make it to you're gonna make it to Dougan's Hole at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It'll start getting dark, and then it'll be about another 3 hours until the blizzard arrives.
I mean, is there anything we need here in Goodmead?
Maybe another time.
I can always stop and see faces of people anytime. I think we should go to make it
Then
before
let's
the storm.
proceed. Let us proceed to Dougan's Hall then. Love the ambiance.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
I believe it's Syrinscape, isn't it?
I believe so. They do say that epic games require epic sound.
Make sure that you're absolutely epic. All right. So, gentlemen arrive at the outskirts of Dougan's Hole. So, like, ping where you're at. You're on the trail to the north. Dougan's Hole is even smaller than Goodmead. It's got about 50 people. Looks like primarily a lot of trappers, a couple people going around. You don't see a lot of guards or anything like that. You do see the heraldry on their banner is 2 knucklehead trout and then a pillar in a sea of blue. This is primarily a fishing town. What would you guys like to do?
I'm assuming it's ice fishing.
So the crazy thing about this is there's actually geothermal activity that causes the bottom of the lake to be a little bit warmer. So even though it is very, very cold, the whole lake doesn't freeze solid, but there are patches that you can go out and actually go ice fishing.
Cool, cool. I think
How
we
much is
should.
it for?
I'm sorry. I was going to say I think we should find a place to hold up if we need to start asking questions and avoid this blizzard that's coming, or get a roof over our head.
Yeah. We need to find out about the Giant's Lodge. Is that here in town or is that out in the wild?
Oh, we gotta.
Well, as you're milling about trying to figure out what's going on, they keep pointing you over to the speaker's house. And the speaker is Egra Dermond.
There's a big arrow point right at her house too. I just saw that. So yeah, are we
I
gonna
was
go there, guys?
curious, how much is it for fishing equipment? Because maybe we could get that for our downtime.
If it's whatever it is in the player's handbook, I think they've got that.
One silver.
Fishing tackle cost, yeah, the whole fishing tackle thing cost a gold. But you see that they're through the now starting to dim day. You do see that there are lights on in the speaker's house.
Oh,
Here we go.
off to the speaker's house.
You knock on the door, hear one moment rustling around next to the door. Haphazardly put together clothing basically makes this person look like a pile of furs and weatherproofing. As through basically like a slit, you hear, "What do you want?"
I'm gonna pull out my letter of introduction.
See large sealskin gloves as they go through. Oh, finally, somebody's answering our pleas for help. Come on in, come on in. She ushers you all in. And as you start to dawdle, she's like, "Don't let the heat out. You're going to have to be dealing with that here on the new moon. Might as well enjoy it while we have it."
Make sure you close that door.
Door closes. You see the person starting to take off a couple of the outer layers. Looks like somebody who is plain clothes. Looks almost like they spent their lives trapping and fishing. Sits down, starts eating some fish jerky. "I think they're dead. But if you insist, there's a frost giant's cave."
Is that the Giant's Lodge?
"Yes, Frost Giant's Lodge. Rather peculiar things happened. You see, two wolves came by to let us know that they'd taken the kids, and now they're demanding food and tribute."
The wolves spoke.
"Yeah, two winter wolves. They said that they came here on behalf of Norsu. What I gathered is Norsu's the Mammoth, and they got those kids holed up in that Frost Giant's lodge. They ain't gonna let them leave until we give them food and treasure."
Huh. Well, I wouldn't do that if I were you. If my companions will go with me.
Well, I gotta protect my people.
And how long can you pay them that?
Well, the wolves seem to be okay with the knucklehead trout that we're pulling out, but that woolly mammoth doesn't eat fish. I think he's just trying to make a point.
I think you should make one back.
Well, that's what I'm hoping that you'll do.
Excellent. Now, where's this cave?
They start telling you about the location, where it's at, through and stuff. It'll take you about an hour to get there. It's about an hour into the woods.
How much longer till the storm hits?
The storm is going to hit in about 3 hours.
And it's an hour up there?
Correct.
Gentlemen, I think we have more than enough time to at least go check this out now.
Agreed.
This shall be interesting.
Let us head out.
All right. So I've got to take a quick break and close down the chicken operation for the
The
night.
hatchery.
Yeah. I got to take care of those sweet kiddos.
All right. Hey, I just want to say, it's good to be back.
It's good to have you back.
Oh, well,
Definitely.
I missed session 0, right? I mean, but it feels like it's been a while. So
It
It
has.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
So I'll see you guys once we get back from that.
All right. Soon good.
Back, baby.
So you're a little bit outside of town, starting to trudge away. It's deep packed snow, but you see what looks like the trail of a couple wolves, at least a pair, larger in size and stature. It's very easy to track in these freshly packed snows. When out from around a hill in a tree, you see a wolf. It's favoring its one of its front paws as it's slowly making its way to you, kind of whimpering. What are you doing?
Oh, you poor thing.
When cast speak with animals.
All right, you cast speak with animals.
I'm gonna get a spell ready. Cure wounds.
Hello. Hey there. Can you understand me?
Surprisingly, it answers back in the common tongue. As its mouth kind of makes out the words. Hello. Are you friends?
We'd like to be.
I'm a friend to all.
Do you need healing?
Yes. I've been hurt. A nasty frost giant kicked me.
If you come over here, I will heal you.
You see him kind of get up from the seated position and he starts limping over towards you.
I'm examining, uh, I guess, kind of incisively, I guess, to see if it's like a deception.
All right, give me a wisdom insight.
Flat roll. Let's go. 14, not bad.
He does seem to be limping, and he's been doing it for a while.
Once he gets close enough, I will reach towards his paw and heal it.
The energy to see him kind of, oh, I feel so much better all over.
7 healing.
But able to bear the weight again. You are from the town. Do you bring us food? Do you bring us treasure?
We're not from the town.
You're muted, Adam.
We did not bring any food or treasure.
Then why have you come all this way?
Purely with good intentions. We wish to speak with the giant of the area. I believe that is correct.
You bring up the giant, he kind of snarls a little bit. Garagni, he's mean to us. He kicks me and my brother. Favors that stupid mammoth.
Why do you put up with it?
He has his uses. He's got a nice big place, a warm fire. I'll take some of the abuse if it means I don't have to contend with the other creatures here. You see, and he lets out this long howl, and the entire countryside kind of erupts in like a chorus of howls answering back. None of them too close.
Oh, and that's what he stops. So he just howls.
Yeah, he lets you know that it's better to be on the inside than outside having to fight for every single meal.
It's kind of what we're looking at right now, I feel like.
You're looking at a meal?
To be on the good side, on the inside. What if you didn't have to be abused, though?
I can take you there. Maybe you can deal with him for me.
Fellas?
Well, we're here about the teenagers. Are they alive and well?
The last time, it's sad, really. The way that they cry in that cage, asking to be set free.
They're young. Holding them for ransom won't work. People in the town already think they're dead.
I do not think so. I saw them this morning. You see, the frost giant went out with his mammoth. There's nobody there right now.
Oh. Thank you for that.
Help us to release the children. And perhaps we can bargain for you to live in the town?
There's got to be a better arrangement than holding our young as hostage.
And getting beaten. Surely you don't want to continue this abuse. For just a morsel of respect?
I can take you to them.
That would be much appreciated.
He starts walking, trudging through the snow. As you're following, you notice that towards the flanks, every once in a while, there's small packs of wolves that will come up, and then you see the wolf that you're with will snarl at them, and then they'll scamper away. These wolves that come up to kind of challenge or confront the group look like they're hungry, emaciated. They're not having a good time.
Does Selim, how do you say his name, Adam?
Caleb.
Caleb, does he understand what they're saying? Still?
You
I
probably
didn't-
would, since you
probably.
can speak with animals. How long does it last?
10 minutes. So probably not at this point. I don't think he would
We'll
have
say one of those.
continued.
We'll say one of those encounters. You hear the larger wolf say, "I, Koran, am leading these to the lodge. Back, or I will kill you all." And then they basically go back with the whole like, you know, give us food, give us scraps, you're living well, you can part with something. And then he tells them that they haven't, the village hasn't given them anything for the children yet, but they might get something from this if they don't mess it up. And then that's when they break and leave. So you find out that the wolf that you're with now is named Koran. And he at least commands a little bit of respect from the other ones around there.
I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
Gotcha.
Just as a precautionary.
Makes sense. It lasts for 8 hours, and with your Eldritch invocations, you do not burn a spell slot to do it, so it's smart. As you're walking, is there anything that you want to talk about?
They're creatures too. We don't deserve this.
I would just say tread cautiously. There's nothing more unpredictable than hungry animals.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, you're correct. I have to be able to build something. And then I just start muttering and pondering and
Takes you a little bit trudging through, but in the distance, you see jutting up out of the vast tundra is a towering edifice built entirely out of ice. The dome structure is easily 3 times the height and width of any building found in the entirety of 10 towns. I will pop you guys onto it.
That is just impressive.
Each one of these squares is like 10 feet.
This is a very interesting... Yes, I've never seen this before.
Koran sniffs the area. Scent of Mammoth is near. If you're going to do what you're going to do, I would suggest you make it quick.
Gentlemen?
We go find these kids.
Thank you.
Clear some of that stuff out of the way. You notice a large chamber there in the center.
But no cage.
So the
Okay.
entrance to this passageway is choked with ice above you. Icicles are densely clustered. Their sharp points like daggers.
No time like the present.
All right, who's ever up front, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. $20.
You notice. You thought it was a pile of rugs to begin with, but as it starts to kind of like shift and stir, you notice what looks like a mammoth in the depths of sleep leaned up on that pile of frozen ice. You also notice that the oval chamber is high, with high walls of glistening ice, resembles a sculptor. The frozen, hacked up corpse of a frost giant lies on the floor, entombed in translucent ice, and looming next to it is a sleeping woolly mammoth. Not far from the mammoth, carved from one single block of ice, is a giant-sized throne atop a circular dais. Chiseled into the throne's backrest is a large rune.
From this distance, can I make it out by chance?
The rune?
Yes. Actually,
Yeah, give me a perception check.
$17.
It is one of the runes. It looks like it is a heraldry rune of one of the Frost Giant clans.
Just gonna put my finger over my mouth and go shh. And I'm gonna try to start sneaking up past this mammoth.
All right, go ahead and give me some stealth.
What if I don't want to?
I mean, you could totally move without using stealth. That's completely fine.
I can help. Keep us quiet. I know a spell.
Please do. I am no good at this.
I'm going
Yeah,
to.
have
You
you-
have to stay close to me though. Within 30 feet.
3 squares.
Gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
All right.
So that I forgot what it does. Plus 10 to the stealth check.
Okay.
So that'll be a 30 from me.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and say a quick prayer. And cast aid on the other 3. Chauncey and Vernon and Caleb.
All right.
Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. That's going to be for 8 hours.
Ooh.
That's some good stuff.
I didn't catch all that. What all is it?
For 8 hours, your maximum hit points increase by 5. So, and you will, of course, gain the hit points to get back to your maximum. Just gain 5 hit points, your maximum hit points increase by 5. This is... I would use the override max HP. This is not temp HP, and I am definitely going to be playing with that too.
You're able to make it in. The soft snowfall kind of muffling your footsteps, coupled with the pass without a trace, which is good because Vernon Schultz with that 9 ended up turning into a 19, so everybody was able to pass.
I didn't roll my stealth, my bad. Got that 16. Oof.
16 is enough. You're able to make your 30 feet of movement.
So
I tap you on the shoulder, Adam.
Yeah.
And say, like, thank you. That was needed.
Yeah, I thought. So, is there an opening beyond the throne? Oh, there's one to the side too. Ah,
Back there. One up there.
which way?
Now that you're getting a little bit closer view of that throne, you do notice that what you thought was Frost Giant Heraldry is actually a rune that says ice on it.
I think they would keep him in the back.
Agreed. Stay close. Try to get around that guy. Alright, we're going that way. Do we keep going, or do we need to keep pulling stealth or anything like that?
Out. Alex?
Yep.
One thing, just so that way you know, technical wise, my spear or my trident was the first infusion and then the bag of holding. Just so you know.
Gotcha. You make it to right there, and as you're slowly starting to kind of talk to each other to figure out what you need to do, you hear the wolf that brought you here snicker a little bit as it then howls loudly at the mouth of the cave as the mammoth starts to shake and stir. We're going to go for initiative, and this mammoth is going to be doing its initiative at disadvantage. It will effectively be surprised. So remember how I said static initiative, or you could roll initiative either way.
Never trust an hungry animal.
Right.
That is going to be a big old 4 for that. All right, Chauncey, what is your initiative?
9.
9.
Big old 9.
All right, Caleb,
16.
16. And Rainy.
15.
Vernon, it looks like they are coming up first. It is your turn, Vernon. What would you like to do?
Twosies.
So it's awake, and we're most likely gonna have to kill this son of a bitch. So that's my guess.
Or
I'm gonna throw what or what?
what's going on?
I believe that's one. Yeah, that'd be 3. I'll go right over here. I'll throw my trident at him.
All right, it's got a natural armor class of 13.
That's a 21 for 6 damage, and it comes back to my hand.
All right.
And then bonus. I'm gonna take that. That's my turn.
All right. Next up is Caleb, and then Rami, you're on deck.
With the bonus action, I am going to assume my starry form. This one's going to be the archer. With my action, I'm going to cast Starry Wisp and launch it at him. 18. So that's going to be 3 radiant damage.
3 radiant. This thing does not look like it's being affected that much. Looks like paper cuts.
And that will be my turn.
All right. Rami, it is your turn, and then Chauncey, you are going next.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to use Toll the Dead on this mammoth. It's
All
a
right.
Wisdom save, DC 12.
Mammoths, known for their wisdom. Did it show up? Oh, snap. That's a nat 20.
Of course it is.
Passed. Yeah, they say elephants never forget.
And that's my turn.
All
After
right.
I move to the side like, uh-oh.
Chauncey, it is your go, and then it's the mammoth.
So, did you say that there's the giants buried in the ice below the mammoth?
Yes, there looks like a frost giant that has been hacked up, has frozen
Oh, so
solid into the ice. It looks like
chopped
it's
up.
a burial place for it.
Okay. And I will scrap that idea. And I will go for Eldritch Blast.
All right.
13 on nuts, baby. So that's an 11 plus 2, which is my modifier to my Genie Wrath.
It's
So
a
13.
All right.
What have we stepped into, my friends? Caleb, you have... Okay, never mind. The stealth doesn't matter at this point.
Not anymore.
Yup.
Is that your turn? Next up is the Mammoth.
That's my turn, yeah.
All right. On the Mammoth's turn, it gets up, shudders after being hit, trumpets out, and then you hear words come out of its mouth. Why have you come here to gloat? You've killed my friend. Now you've come to finish the job with me. As it snuffleupagus its way forward. Chauncey did the most damage, so it is going to go and it is going to just make a simple attack at you. And it's going to be a 9 as its trunk whips out and tries to grab you, but you are easily able to get out of the way. I will stomp you into the ground. That's its turns. Next up is Vernin Shoals.
Twosies.
Twosies.
You said we're here. We're not here to. We're just here to save the children.
You attacked me. Probably
Yeah,
would have
because
been
we
a
were
good.
told that you're the right hand of the giant.
Probably would have been a better. It probably would have been more receptive if you would have led with that instead of throwing a trident at him. You could see how he doesn't believe you.
I actually don't do it. I lower my trident and I step away over here. And I say, that's exactly what we're here for. We were told that you were the right hand by that dire wolf Koran. And that's my turn.
All right. Next up is Caleb.
All right. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any talking this thing down. Go ahead and I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on this thing. Dirty.
Dirty 20's a hit.
That's gonna be 17 radiant damage. And at the same time, I'm also going to use my bonus action to do my luminous arrow. Another dirty.
Sheesh. Big rolls tonight.
And that is going to be
Almost literally like hitting the broadside of a barn.
5 radiant damage on that.
So give me another roll because of the what is it? Radiantness of the guiding bolt, you actually have advantage, so you get the opportunity to crit fish.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the next
totally
attack
forgot
against
that.
it.
Yeah, I forgot that.
It's
that
all
was-
right. We're dusting the cobwebs off.
Oh, it was a 1. So
So we're taking that dirty 20 because it's
taking
at
the dirty
advantage.
20.
Yeah. That's another 5 damage.
Yep. And then I am going to go ahead and move back away. My 30. You said each of these boxes were 10?
Yeah. As you go to leave its threatened range, it is going to make an attack of opportunity against you.
All right.
That is going to be a 16.
I am going to use my reaction and cast shield, which I can do once per day.
Awesome. Just
that'll-
for everybody's notification, your shield absorbed that hit coming in, and that was going to be 24 damage with its tusk raking across. So you definitely felt the full extent of that shield taking all of that impact for you.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Gotcha. Next up is Rime, then Chauncey, then the Mammoth.
Okie doke. I am going to cast resistance on Caleb. I'm going to grant him resistance to piercing. Because that looks like that could have hurt.
Yeah,
Definitely.
much obliged.
Let's see. Six. And I cast Sanctuary on myself.
Gotcha.
And it's my turn.
All right, it is Chauncey's go, and then the Mammoth.
If I cast Unseen Servant, would I be able to command him on that run, or is it the next run?
What are you trying to do with the Unseen Servant?
Potentially pop him up behind him and command him to touch the Mammoth.
So you're just trying to get it to, like, tap the
Distraction.
Mammoth?
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Okay. Can I pop it up then, kind of? Oh, I can't ping, can I? Or maybe I can. Just
You can.
between him and that ice block.
Gotcha. So, like,
And then,
basically,
yeah, somewhere close enough where it can reach out and touch him.
like right there. He occupies, like, basically that entire 20 by 20 grid.
That
Yeah,
done?
That's a
Quite
big boy.
well.
That's a big boy.
I'll put your Unseen Servant there.
So my question regarding that, is he gonna potentially take his whatever he's gonna do on his next turn, or do I assume he reacts to that now?
Well, we will figure out what happens
Okay.
on his turn.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna move, but we're good. That's my turn.
All right. On the Mammoth's turn, the Mammoth, feeling the slap on the ass, whirls around and tries to stomp at. I gotta make sure that I right click and then roll to everybody. Alright, it's gonna hit your Unseen Servant as a dirty 20. And then the stomp is going to do 33 points of damage as it stomps down and it
Sheesh.
keeps stomping.
It's dead.
With the commotion, you hear out, let's see, I'll use the ping. Around this location, you hear the screaming and crying of children, humanoid children. Or who knows, maybe it's another awakened beast. They like to fuck with you guys. So you're definitely hearing people go, "Oh my god, help us, we don't want to die." But that was its turn. And now it's Vernin's turn again.
I am going to once again throw throw this at him. I like it. Oof. 12. Never mind.
12 is unfortunately not going to hit. Full armor of a 13.
Yep, and it comes back. And that's my turn. Oh, well, I will... we heard him from this direction over... here?
From around this way, yes.
Gotcha.
Even with these thick-ass walls, those kids are screaming. Probably on the other side of this.
Is there anything, while I'm walking around this, kind of using it as a shield, is there anything around here? Like a handle or anything like that that I see?
It's a throne made out of ice for an ice giant with a rune on it.
I wasn't
you can
sure
tell
if
that
there
it's
was
probably magic.
Constructed. Okay. That's my turn, thank you.
Alright. Next up is Calum, then Rami, then Chauncey, then the Mammoth.
Right, I'm gonna have him go ahead and do that one more time. This time I'm gonna do the luminous arrow first. 14. You said 13 was its AC, right? So,
13 is its AC.
so that's gonna be 6 more radiant damage. And then I'm going to use a second use of the guiding bolt.
$16's gonna hit.
And that'll do 14 more radiant damage.
Ooh.
And now it's gonna, whoever attacks it next will have advantage on their attack.
You also do notice that now it is bloodied. So it is with everything that is taken, it is now at half hit points.
And then I'm going to use my movement to right there.
All right.
And that'll be it for me.
Next step is Rami, then Chauncey, then the bloodied Mammoth.
Alright. I'm going to... Oh, Chauncey! Stand with me. Together we can do this. And use my emboldening bond. Choosing both of us. Creating a magical bond with us. For 10 minutes. Once per turn, you can add a d4 to an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw they make.
All right.
That's my turn.
Chauncey, it is your go, then the Mammoth.
Alright, so the Mammoth is still turned the other way.
Yes. It looks fixated on Calum.
Okay. How high is the ceiling, if I may ask?
It is like 20, 25, 30 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot a firebolt directly right above him and try and knock down some of those stalactites or the ice shards that you described as we were entering. I'm assuming they're above him as well.
They are.
So I would like to do that.
All right.
And 13's on nuts, so I won't roll your extra d4, but thank you.
That is enough to hit it. We'll say, see if this elephant's good on its feet. That is an 8, so it is going to get hit. Go ahead and roll me a d10.
1d10. 3.
All right.
Oh, wait.
3.
3 plus 2, 5.
So you said that you used the firebolt to hit the ceiling spikes, right?
Yeah, just wherever to try and knock some down on top of it.
Yep. Okay, so it takes 5 points of damage as little jagged ice comes down on it.
Not as effective as I was hoping. Do I have to be in radius of you, Ramy, to or is that effect to last just 10 minutes?
You have to be within 30 feet of me.
Okay. 10, 20, 30, 10. So I am going to move here, assuming he does not get an opportunity because he's not looking at me, right? Or would he still?
He would.
Okay, then I will stay here. And I will just say, this creature seems to be very agitated.
I call that the Deanna Troy.
Paging Captain Obvious. Paging Captain Obvious.
Is that your turn? Alright. Mammoth's turn. It is going to go for the person that keeps piling on the most damage. And it is going to, measuring from the center, move its 40 in a charge. And it is going to try to gore Calum.
Does Chauncey get his attack of opportunity?
You're right.
And do
then
I,
Rime gets-
given the angle he went?
Yes, you would. It's a huge creature.
One of those attacks gets advantage, by the way.
That's gonna be
So that-
Chauncey.
That mammoth's gonna get a 17 to attack. Did it hit you?
Yeah, that's gonna hit. I'm gonna use. I think actually I need to make sure I read this correctly. I don't know if I can use that. If I can use another spell slot to cast shield again, or if I've used it.
If memory serves me correctly, you can use another spell slot.
Can't speak. I'm gonna go ahead and use another first level spell slot to cast shield to make my AC 20 in turns.
It's probably wise.
All right, your shield you would have taken 24 points of damage if not for that shield. Just to
Would've taken
impress
12,
upon you.
To be fair.
Oh, well, 12. Yes, to be fair.
Just to press upon you, it hurts.
Yeah, it's gonna kill me.
So shall I roll my opportunity attack, if I may?
Yeah.
Well, you said +4 is still not gonna hit on top of that, but we tried.
Yeah, that's a nat 1.
We tried.
You never did use the advantage. One of the attacks on it had advantage from the.
Right, there you go. Roll it with the
guiding
the
bolt.
thing. Do you have Mage Slayer? Or not Mage Slayer. What is it? Warcaster.
No, not yet.
Alright. So it's melee attack. And then that's a nat 1, so whatever you roll on your melee attack, we'll go with that as being the added advantage for the melee attack.
Nope, still no.
You strike with whatever you have out, but it just hits that mammoth's thick hide. Alright. That is its turn. Vernin, you saw the mammoth run up, hit Calum. You are behind there right now. What would you like to do? It is your go.
So Chauncey kind of had a great idea, and I thought about doing the same thing, but it didn't seem like it did very much damage to him. Is that correct?
Did not.
The falling icicles did not do as much damage as you would have expected.
I did hit it for 1 damage.
All right.
It's not
I
bad to
will.
know.
Step to the side over here and throw it again at him. Wait. Is fireball? No. Better if I just attack. $19. Ooh, let's go for 11.
All right.
And I will go back with the last remaining 10 feet. Step back behind it even more. There we go.
All right. And with that being your turn, Caleb, you are next.
Bonus action, dodge. Tell him to dodge. My thingy. My tail. The steel defender.
Your steel defender. Your steel defender automatically takes the dodge action if not given an action by your bonus. I gotcha. Alright, Caleb, it's your turn.
Alright, this time I'm going to use my bonus action to do one of my starlight steps. It's basically a face step. Magically teleported to 30 feet away. I'm going to go back the way I came. Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to go up there.
Alright, teleporting, you do not get an attack of opportunity against you.
Alright, and then with my action, I am going to once more guiding bolt. Guide. $22.
That's a hit.
12 radiant damage. And then I'm going to use my movement. Do I still get movement after using the 30-foot starlight step?
Yeah, because that's only your bonus action.
Cool.
So you still got your movement.
I am going to, run into this room.
Alright.
And that'll be my turn.
Let me reveal some of it for you. It looks like a large meeting area.
Alright, that'll be my turn.
Alright. Next up is Rami, then Chauncey, and then the Mammoth.
Okay. I'm going to once again toll the dead.
That is going to make that wisdom save.
Easy 12.
This time it's a 4, so it takes it.
It's gonna take 12 this time, D12. So let's find out. 3 necrotic damage.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna put Sanctuary back to myself. Fuck that.
Gotcha.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Next up is Chauncey. Then the Mammoth.
Oh boy. Oh shoot, that wolf disappeared. Never mind. I was gonna say hello to him.
I was gonna let you know that it's still got the glowing thing going on, so the next attack against it has advantage.
Good to know. I'm gonna mind sliver. It's initiative. Intelligent 13.
Right. Intelligence 13. I'm going to actually have to roll a regular d20. Natural 20. This awakened mammoth is like,
On intelligence?
ain't that bad.
Wow. Okay.
Its intelligence is 10 since it's awakened.
Slick cat.
Yeah.
Let's see, 10. I'm gonna take some movement. You know what? I forgot advantage on that again. No, never mind. Didn't matter. I think that's my turn. Yeah. This is why I like people better.
That's your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. Mammoth's turn. It is going to follow Ring Around the Rosie style. Mr. Scholes is going to go ahead and make that gore attack against him. That's going to be a 19, which I do believe hits your AC.
I'm gonna pop shield up.
Alright. So then the attack misses, but you would have taken 27 hit points worth of damage without that shield.
Damn.
Yep, would have gone down. That's awesome.
Alright, it is your turn next.
Well, that's just not fucking nice at all.
Hey Jay, your attack has advantage if you make one.
Well, if I attack, I can't get away. Which, you know what? Fuck it.
I mean, to put it in perspective, it's been 5 rounds, so it's been almost a minute's worth of combat, and it's still bloodied.
So some of those shards that fell, are they around me?
Like the icicles?
Yep.
Sure.
I'm gonna put my trident away as a free action. Is that correct?
Well, what are you trying to do?
Because I want to cast catapult.
Alright.
I'm gonna cast catapult on some of those shards of ice and try to impale this dude. That's my last level 1 slot.
What does it need to... Does it need to make a save or something like that?
Dexterity 13. I swear to God, if he rolls a 20.
No, it was a 17 that he rolled.
Okay. When does he take that damage? On a failed save, the object take strikes the target and stops. Oh, so I guess it just doesn't hit? Is that how it works? I'm trying to understand it.
If the way that I'm looking at it says on a failed save the object strikes the target and stops moving, so it would strike it, so go ahead and do damage. It's just not going to move through to anything else. And then I'll do a little bit more research on the spell.
14.
Woohoo. There you go.
I'll shimmy around it. Try
So
to just
it's
get away.
it's got a 10-foot reach, so you're still within its reach.
Okay, good. 'Cause then I want to stay within its reach. So if I go to right here, I'm good then.
We'll say it's occupying that spot right there. So with the reach, you're still within there on the other side. Yes.
Okay. That's my turn.
Gotcha. Caleb, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna move to right here. And I think I can see him. I'm not for sure. I think it's kind of in the way.
Let's see if we can't use this awesome little ruler and then. Yeah, we can say you can see. It'll have 3/4 cover,
Okay.
so it'll have like a +5 to its AC.
Hmm. Alright, in which case can I move and hold my action?
Yeah, it just triggers off of your reaction.
I'm gonna hold my action to cast Guiding Bolt with my last second level spell slot. If it moves so that I can see it.
Gotcha.
If it moves out of the 3/4 cover, that'll be my
All
turn.
right. Gotcha. Let's see. Head back to the encounters. Next up is Rami, and then Chauncey, and then the Mammoth.
Alright. I'm going to toll the dead.
Those wisdom saves. That is going to be a 12. I do believe that is a failure.
That is a success. That meets it.
Oh,
Well, that's my turn. Well, actually, that's not. Okay. Now it's my turn.
all right. Next up is Chauncey, then the Mammoth.
Let's go with an Eldritch Blast. Oh my god. Put me out of my misery.
Strikes the wall. Is there
Mhm.
anything else that you'd like to do?
Let's see. No. No, I do not believe.
That's your turn?
Mhm.
Alright, it is going to make a gore attack against Shoals.
Sir, I got a quick question.
Yep.
With that, remember I'm wearing it as a backpack, and we had talked about the tail and stuff for the defense wise.
Yeah.
Would it give it disadvantage?
What is the feature of the Steel Defender that you're trying to use?
Like since I'm wearing it and we have, where is it? It's automatically doing the dodge action to help me.
So it's taking the dodge action for itself, but I know that there's another thing that it has.
Oh, because it's within 5 feet of me. That's right. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry. Getting back into this.
It's alright, we're dusting the cobwebs off.
And this is also something I've never played an Artificer before. So I'm learning. Yeah, I know that I have one. I'm looking at the feats, but I'm not finding it. I know there's something when I'm within 5 feet of it.
So it got a 28 to hit. It's probably gonna hit, so let's definitely take a second or two to look at that. So the reaction that you're looking for that the Steel Defender can take is Deflect Attack. Impose disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature that it can see within 5 feet.
Yep, that would be it then. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's 10 feet away with its reach.
Even though the attack is within? I don't know, that's why I'm just curious about it.
I will err on the side of caution for this time, and then I will roll it again, and then we will take the lowest roll to impose that disadvantage. So that's going to be a 19.
Still gonna hit.
All right.
That wasn't right
I
anyway.
can't pop up shoot.
That is 29.
And I'm dead.
All right, so you go down to 0. All right, that was the Mammoth's turn. Next up is Vernin. Give me that death save. Alright, 1 failure. So your Steel Defender gets to act after you. So it's taking the dodge action. We gotta build something for that thing. Alright, Calum is up next, then Rami, then Chauncey. We see that Vernin just went down. I can't hear you, Adam.
My bad. Alright, I'm gonna move so that I can see it better.
Alright.
I'm gonna go ahead and I know that I was holding my action the last turn. Does that mean I wasted the spell slot? Or do I still have that? Since I never
So
did use it.
hypothetically, it's already been cast.
Okay.
We're in this crazy in between. I won't say that you wasted the spell slot.
Okay.
So we'll give you that spell slot back. We'll say action was not taken, and then I'll look more into it.
Alright, cool. So then I'm gonna go ahead and try to hit it with the guiding bolt again. 15.
It's a hit.
And that is 20 radiant.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, I just right as it, it just took down Vernin, and I'm like no, and yeah.
It looks like it's getting ready to stomp him into the ground, and you hit it, buckles, and it shimmies. It looks over at you as the radiant energy folds over, and its eyes slowly dull as it falls to the ground. We are out of combat, but we have one person right now that is making death saves. How are we going to deal
Well,
with...
before that, I'm just gonna go over and cure him.
There you go.
How do you cure them?
For the cure wounds.
Well, I meant, like, how do you do it? I'm curious.
I want the butters out of the stick of truth. Like, there, buddy.
There, buddy. I'll use a second level on him, so that'll give me 4d8. 16 health back.
All right, Vernon gets 16, and as the healing energy knits and stitches the stuff back together, you then see that he is unconscious because he got knocked the fuck out. But it's easy to wake him up. He comes to. I'm doing that instead of exhaustion. Just because it could be a slippery slope.
Kids, we need to find the kids. Get out of here.
Yes, I did hear them over this way, behind this wall.
Did hear them on the other side of this wall.
Can I go over there and see if I find a contraption on the wall, perhaps? To
Thank
open
you,
a
Remy.
hidden door?
You hear the sounds kind of bouncing around. It looks like there might be another path in, perhaps.
I'm gonna go investigate.
You see two teenagers that are holed up inside of this large structure, and as you come in, they look at you and they say, "We're saved," and then they see you and they're like, "Oh snap!"
Don't be alarmed, children. I'm Chauncey. I see in your face that you're very frightened, but don't be.
Hell
Where's
yeah,
the
we're
lock?
frightened, mister.
There's a lock on this door, I'm assuming?
I'll use the tinkering to or thieves' tools and unlock the door.
Yeah.
You said I'm awake, correct?
Yeah, I'd take it for granted that they actually like woke you up.
Got you.
I just left him.
Yeah.
He looked so peaceful.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be a DC 15 dexterity check. So if you're proficient with thieves' tools, you can add your proficiency with thieves' tools.
Is that? No, that's a save.
Well, before you would do that, I'd like to, emboldening bond him and Chauncey.
Alright.
And it's a D4. So any attack roll or ability check or saving throw they make once per round.
So there you go. You can add a D4 to it.
I guess it would be the same.
I'm very curious, children. Who locked you into this cage?
The mammoth. The mammoth locked us in the cage. He said that we were going to have to pay. He was going to hold us for ransom.
It
takes Vernin a little bit of time to work through the lock. It's got ice bits in it and stuff like that, but eventually you manage to open it.
Did you already
notice? You do notice that as you open the gate, there's a loud squealing noise that happens from all the rust that's accumulated in there. That probably definitely would have woken up the mammoth.
Is it possible to put a little bit of oil on there? So it's not so loud to get anybody else's attention.
It's open right now if you want to use oil.
Never mind.
It's gonna take a flask of oil to make that happen.
I think we should go as quickly as we can. Storm is on the way.
Mhm.
Agreed.
And give the kids my blanket. We are off.
They are also asking for food. They're like, the only thing that we had to eat was those wolves were giving us raw whale,
I have
and they
some
are
rations.
starving.
I feel like we could at least check this place out real quick and then leave.
That was a big throne. I wish not to see what sits in it.
I'll go ahead and give the kids some of the rations that I've got.
They start eating it
I'll give
hungrily.
one as
Just
well.
thank you.
And I'm
So-
also gonna light a torch for the kids to carry.
All right. So we got people talking about heading back to Dougan's Hole, which is going to be about an hour, and then we got people saying that you want to like search the place. What's the group thinking?
As long as we're fast about it.
I'm curious about the jewel and throne. I know the jewel's in the throne. Is it melded in the ice in the throne, right?
So the rune in the throne, once you got a little bit close to it, said ice, and it kind of emanates a little bit of magic. It'd take you about an hour's worth of studying it to figure out what the effects were.
Can I easily get it out, or do I have to throw a fireball at it to melt it or something?
Room.
The throne itself is made of ice. You know enough to know that if you started launching stuff at it, it's going to damage the throne. And it looks like the entire thing, like the throne was constructed and then the rune was carved into the ice. So there's no way to get it out without causing the damage to it. I mean, if you took the time, you could destroy the throne and then take the rune. But I don't know if that would keep the effect that's on it.
Gotcha.
So that's where you're at with your arcane knowledge.
Hmm. I'm just gonna study that a moment while everybody's thinking what they're gonna do.
Let us just leave then.
So everybody's leaving to go back.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yep.
All right. The kids are breaking brush and plowing through in order to get back. It takes you about the hour to get back, and everybody is completely happy to see you. Elated that the children are safe. Everybody comes up, they start shaking your hands. They're like really happy to see you, and they offer you a place to ride out the blizzard.
Thank you.
The mother, Hilda, comes up, and she comes up to the group. She says, well, my older brother, he used to hunt in this area, and says that these boots helped him along his journey. I guess we don't have any need for him now. As a sign of thank you, I'd like to give these to you. And you recognize them as the boots of the Winterlands. So if you're attuned to them, they basically, you don't suffer any ill effects from the snow. I'll pop this into the handout for boots of the Winterlands. You have resistance to cold damage, and you ignore difficult terrain created by ice or snow. You can tolerate temperatures as low as negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit without any additional protection. If you wear heavy clothes, you can tolerate temperatures as low as negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It is, on average, negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit here.
Anybody?
If I wouldn't have a pair of boots like that. That's pretty nice.
I think
But
you should give me the boots.
you need the boots.
Yeah, no one wants healer down.
That's and you
Take
wouldn't be.
Take the boots, my friend. Take them.
The boots would probably be best for you.
All right, so we're coming up on our hard stop time of 9 o'clock. What do you guys want to do so that way I can start preparing for that the next time? What's everybody thinking that they want to do?
Well, they talked about people missing before. So.
And there was a murderer somewhere, too.
Yeah, one of those two would definitely be the route. I'm in for the people missing. The murderer can murder again, but the people we know are probably alive.
The one that had the dog.
You're talking about the expedition up to Kelvin's Cairn?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and that would also knock out me finding some of that ore by chance.
So it's a win-win.
So the blizzard lasts from 6 o'clock at night all the way till 2 o'clock in the morning. If you consume a ration, you're able to get the effects of a long rest and regenerate your spell slots and stuff like that. That's how we're gonna do it. You got to spend a ration and a long rest in order to get your EV back.
Well, I'm definitely doing that.
Namesies.
All right, what time are you guys trying to wake up? Night ends at about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Seems like a good time.
Wait, how long does that stuff
aid
spell that you put on us?
Yeah,
was
aid,
that
right?
24 hours?
Oh, that was 8 hours for the extended hit points.
Gotcha.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
we're back to normal.
Regular.
But still a pretty badass spell. I like it.
That's pretty cool.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah, that's definitely something to cast like at the very beginning of your adventuring day.
Yeah. Other than that, throughout the town, I'm going to do a little walking and preaching.
Some people take it a lot better than the disciples of Aureel. It seems that there's a cult that has popped up that has been preaching the virtues of the Frostmaiden.
I'm not preaching the virtues of any particular deity.
Yeah, that's why they're happy to listen to you, because you're not telling them to like sacrifice people or like go without warmth or like catch a whole bunch of fish and string them up for the wildlife. Like, people are actually like digging what you're saying. They're like,
I'm telling them stuff like the gods don't even follow the plan set before them. So do not fret if you make mistakes, etc.
Yep. You do hear in the surrounding area during the blizzard the sounds of an owlbear going around the outside, but it doesn't venture into Dougan's hole or anything like that. Alright, so I got the stuff that I'm going to concentrate on is fleshing out the murder stuff, and then you guys want to head to Kelvin's Cairn. And that's what we'll make happen.
Very cool.
All right.
This session was enhanced by Syrinscape. Epic games need epic sound. Visit Syrinscape.com for more info.